The conversation around grains has become unnecessarily polarized. On one side, you have people claiming all grains are toxic. On the other, you have people treating refined white bread as a health food. The truth, as usual, is somewhere in the middle, and the Mediterranean diet offers a sensible approach. Whole grains, and I'm talking about farro, bulgur, barley, whole wheat, and oats, provide complex carbohydrates, fiber, B vitamins, iron, magnesium, selenium, and countless phytonutrients. Unlike refined grains where the bran and germ have been removed, whole grains retain these components that slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, reduce cholesterol, and feed gut bacteria. Now, here's something crucial. Mediterranean grains are typically intact or minimally processed. We're talking about whole grain kernels, not whole grain flour. This distinction matters for blood sugar impact. Even whole wheat flour is digested more quickly than intact grains like farro or barley. The recommendation is 3 to 6 servings daily, where a serving is half a cup cooked grains or 1 slice of whole grain bread. But I want you to prioritize intact grains over flour products. Use farro and barley in grain bowls. Make tabbouleh with bulgur. Eat oats for breakfast. When you do eat bread, choose genuine whole grain bread, preferably sourdough, which has a lower glycemic impact due to fermentation. Here's something most people don't know. When you cook grains and then refrigerate them, they develop additional resistant starch that provides extra health benefits. So batch cooking grains on the weekend isn't just convenient, it's actually nutritionally beneficial. But let's address the elephant in the room, gluten. About 1% of the population has celiac disease and must strictly avoid gluten. Another percentage has non-celiac gluten sensitivity. For these people, grains containing gluten are problematic. But for the vast majority of people, whole grains are beneficial. The Mediterranean diet research showing dramatic health benefits was done on populations eating whole wheat. You can't ignore this. If you do need to avoid gluten, there are gluten-free whole grains, oats, buckwheat, quinoa, rice. These can absolutely fit within a Mediterranean pattern. But the trend of avoiding gluten without medical necessity is not supported by evidence and might actually reduce your intake of beneficial fiber and nutrients. Let me issue some warnings. First, many products labeled whole grain are not what they seem. Long ingredient lists added sugars, refined flours listed first. These are red flags. Second, even whole grain products can spike blood sugar if they're ground into fine flour. Third, overconsumption of grains at the expense of vegetables is not Mediterranean eating. The Mediterranean pattern uses grains as a base for vegetable-rich dishes, not as the meal focus. Think of a grain bowl where half the bowl is vegetables, with grains and legumes filling out the rest. Or whole grain bread serving as a vehicle for olive oil, tomatoes, and greens. One more practical point: grain variety matters. Monday farro, Tuesday barley, Wednesday bulgur, Thursday oats. Different grains provide different nutrients and different resistant starch profiles. Diversity in your diet means diversity in gut bacteria, which is associated with better health.